Recording live video, and
we are live from Keeler Gardens Pollinator Habitat. Look at this beautiful space. Isn't this wonderful?
Ooh, Keeler Gardens is live now. I just got my notification.
You too can get notifications. Just turn your notifications on, like and follow Keeler Gardens, and then every time we're live, you'll know and you'll
just
join us.
Like this person that
Whoever
joined us.
the person who just joined us.
Better be one of our interns.
We're happy.
Better be multiple interns.
Oh, I don't know. Did I send that?
Yeah, you did.
I did. Okay.
I got the
Well,
notice.
interns, if you're there, wonderful. If you're around and you want to comment, please leave us a comment. So, today at Keeler Gardens, to connect you with nature, we're going to talk to you about a unique design technique. All right? So, when you're in a natural space, plants come up naturally. That's what this pollinator habitat represents, a natural pollinator habitat.
Pen back just a little bit.
Okay. And we planted this with an intention. And at the end of our first summer, these wonderful daisy-like guys, these Rudbeckia is what they are.
Rudbeckia.
I'll explain that later.
Why it's fun to say, Rudbeckia.
Yeah. These were donated to us. They actually were listed as what's called an annual. Now, we've gone over this before. Annual plants won't last in our winter.
You have to plant them annually.
Every year, you have to plant them annually. Everything in this pollinator habitat, virtually everything you see here, is perennial. It comes back every year. There are a handful of things that we do plant every year. You can back out. That's fine.
Okay.
This one, because it was a gift last fall of 2018, we planted it to add some color and some splash, like in September or October. And lo and behold, it lasted through the winter of 2018 to 19, and it has lasted through the winter of 2019 to 2020.
Take that, polar vortex-y. Vortex-I?
So, now, when
Vortexes.
I say that it's a Rudbeckia, other people, you might know the name Black-Eyed Susan. For those of you watching who don't know plant names, there's a common name, Black-Eyed Susan, and there is a botanical name. The botanical name is what identifies a specific plant. That is Rudbeckia, and in this case, you can see how they're all slightly different. They each are a hybrid, and each hybrid would have its own name. Don't have those memorized. I have them written down somewhere. Okay, so we love this Rudbeckia. It's done very well here. It comes back every year. Okay, as we love lots and lots of our beautiful plants. Okay. But today we're talking to you about drift, and drift has to do with seeds, okay? The reason we wanted you to be so clear on what this plant was is because we're going to talk about how its seeds have dispersed and drifted into the garden and created a new design for us. So, let's walk this way. As we come around the corner, you'll see Rudbeckia, that's where we were, okay? And as we come this way, toward the south end, you will see one of those Rudbeckia has repeated over here. Isn't she lovely?
All by herself.
Okay. And she is all by herself because we didn't put her there. She got there on her own. Generally, drift is from seed. Those guys over there made seeds. A squirrel or a bird or a cat or a person or the wind.
Wind, yeah.
Picked up those seeds. Somehow those seeds made their way over here. One of them was viable. So not only did this plant that was supposed to be annual survive, its seeds also survived and created another beautiful plant for us. So when you're deciding if you have a space that's, let's say, long or wide, think about the wind usually blows this way. The wind usually blows that way. Think about where you might like to see repetition. And this is natural repetition. And it happened because this is the way that the wind or the animal blew the seed. So when you're thinking of a design intentionally, you can think to yourself, well, if this was a natural formation, what might happen naturally? And where might I place my plants in repetition that would mimic this drift? Now, we've done that here ourselves. We've mimicked drift with other plants. We have Solidago all the way on the other side. You won't be able to see it, it's too far away. But we also planted a little bit there, and we planted a little bit
Wait, I'm catching
there,
up there.
There and there. It doesn't matter where. Come by and visit and I'll show you. But with a handful of plants, with our asters, with our solidago, with our monkey flower, and our ironweed, we planted them in more than one place, and we mimicked that drift. And when I say that it mimicked a drift, we planted them in a first place, and then the second place we planted them is relatively equal, because the drift's going to be relatively the same for one plant as it is to another, if all things were equal. Okay, so if you have a plant here and the natural drift is here, the plant that's here, the natural drift will probably be somewhere around here. And that's how we staggered our plants.
Hi, Serena.
Hey, Serena, nice to see you. Serena is one of our interns. She's working with us on our wonderful article for the OIPA newsletter.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's what drift is when we describe it, when I describe it, because we all do things with our own words and our own definitions and our own thoughts. I'll preface everything we do here is via our experiments and our experience. In no way, shape, or form are we saying that this is the only way that this can happen, or this is the only way it can be done, or that you can't get a natural design if you don't design with it.
I just am cracking up because still I'm looking at all this green behind you and this one little dot of yellow.
Right, that stands out.
Yes.
So this is an example of how seeds drift. We have a lot of these kind of natural examples here in the garden. We have genetic variants. We have genetic reversion from hybrids. Let's see, what other kind of...
Do we have any clones? Sorry, that's the only genetic thing I know.
Well, actually, this might be interesting for people. When you vegetatively propagate, that's a clone.
Yeah, good point.
So you're just... what do we have? Sedum, right here. So, that's sedum. See, I ripped the root out. I could propagate with that. No root, no seed.
Get it on both cameras here.
No root, no seed. That's vegetative propagation. That is a clone.
So if you stick that in the dirt, it'll grow.
Actually, with succulents, you have to place them in the dirt the right way because the roots come out a certain way.
But if it were to do that, it would be a clone.
It would be a clone.
Well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Yeah. So yes, we do have clones because we vegetatively propagate all the time. We do it with our... I'm talking to Ed, around people.
I can't see you. The camera's in front of your face.
Oh, we do it. We have done this repeatedly with dogwood.
Oh, yes, we have.
Red twig dogwood.
Ooh.
And it grows very wildly, and so we prune it to keep it in control. We take those sticks and we put them in wet soil or in water, and we let them go until they root. And then we have new plants. We've done it with the climbing hydrangea. And the reason I mention these is because we have these plants to give away. If you see plants on the sidewalk, they are to be given away.
You've got two left.
Yes, we have a very sad-looking lilac, but has a very strong root, and a very sad-looking wild rose that I can totally get you more of because we've got plenty of it.
Yes.
Okay, so if you see plants along the side, if you split them from the root, then they're split. But if
excuse me.
Someone having a birthday, I think.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Nice.
But if we have propagated them vegetatively, then you've got a clone of one of our plants.
Cool.
Yeah. So,
that should have been the hashtag stick around. I didn't realize that. That's cool.
Well, we're going to go through the spiel. For those of you who've not heard the spiel before, I'm Gina. If you need to reach me about anything horticulture, anything green, anything content oriented, that's me. A little bit too about the cats if you're interested in our community cats at work. Gina at KeelerGardens.org.
If you're interested in anything educational program related, I am Ed at KeelerGardens.org.
And technical is also Ed.
Yeah.
He's the technical guy.
Yes.
We are on the north side of Chicago on a city street, sidewalk. Come visit us anytime. It is open to the public 24/7, 365 because we cannot close the sidewalk. You're welcome anytime. If you want to come for a specific event, not that we're actually having events now, but for a specific volunteer or a reason, or you have a question, or you want to pick up a plant, you let us know. Please.
Soon.
We have so many pots. We could give away pots that everyone in the neighborhood could have a pot to fill it with marigolds or zinnias or something wonderful.
A pot to plant in.
Yes, everyone should have a pot to plant in. So we connect you with nature in various ways, not just gardening, not just planting, not just here on site, but through these videos, virtually, through technology, through art programs, through cultural programs.
Photography coming soon.
Photography coming soon. we want to partner with you. We want to connect you with nature to build your health, reduce your stress, improve many, many things about our urban community life, and help with our youth. So that was the spiel. Thank you for listening.
Hashtag stick around.
Hashtag stick around.
For those that stuck around. There was a question I was going to say. Oh, because we don't want to stick around on the sidewalk at the moment. People are coming.
So,
I had one and I forgot now. Do you have one?
I do have one.
Okay,
we
good.
Talked about clones.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about pulling out roots.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When we're splitting plants, it's very easy to, on many plants, to take a shovel through the middle, slice it in half. You get half the roots, I get half the roots, and we've shared our plants.
Okay.
But I will let people know that there are some plants that have a woody root system. That no matter how hard you take a shovel to that root system, it will not break because it needs to be sawed in half.
Sounds like you've had personal experience with this lately.
And that's why I'm bringing this up. Do not try to split Baptisia. Usually doesn't work.
Okay.
If you have to split Baptisia, you have to get way under the roots where the looser roots are. You have to saw at the, otherwise you're just breaking the stems off. The easier thing to do with Baptisia is
grab a seedling growing.
grab a seedling, and we'll start you off that way. A stilbay is a similar way. You can't actually break the roots without a saw. They have a sort of spreading pattern so you can pull a clump out, but if you try to break those roots, it's like trying to break a tree.
Cool.
Branch. Yeah.
So if anybody wants that seedling, we can put it in a pot for you and have it on the sidewalk for you.
Baptisia or a stilbay, let me know.
Or, yeah.
A stilbay, yes. And if you see anything in the garden you want, please ask, because I will dig it up for you, because I have plenty of it. All right?
Awesome.
So that's our hashtag stick around. We will see you tomorrow. Oh wait, today's Wednesday.
Yes.
Wish Wednesday.
Oh boy.
I'm ending with Wish Wednesday. I know we're supposed to do this sooner. If people stuck around,
We'll make it
here,
Wish Wednesday tomorrow.
Fine. We'll
Return
end
of the Wish.
We'll turn to the wish. Okay.
Return of the Wish.
Return of the wish.
All right. Bye everybody.
Everyone.